Okay, kids. Lori here from Good by Good Girl and Empowered Consciousness. And if you sent me some uh, chats and wonderful comments yesterday, um, I couldn't see them. So I'm sorry. I am trying to make all this work. This is okay. It's working. It's working. This is good. Now, here's what I'm going to do. I am going to go on here onto my TikTok on my phone. Good Lord. Okay, I'm going to go on my phone. I'm going to go to TikTok and I'm going to tell y'all that I'm going live because I want to build a community of 5D, 3D to 5D Voyagers who are very aware of what's going on in our country right now in the US here, who are aware of what's going on in the world, who are going to stand up and really take their own power, come to understand what that is. That's what I teach. And I teach it from a place of personal experience. I don't teach it from books. I don't teach it from stuff other people have told me. This is from my own experience. So let me just go here onto on a TikTok, and you can watch me do TikTok. Okay, amazing. Hey y'all, I'm going live. I'm going live here. I've got a company called the Good by Good Girl Project, and also I have a YouTube channel called Empowered Consciousness. And my purpose in my life is to be insanely creative in not only um, giving what there is of joy and clarity and practicality and um, and next level thinking, next level vision, but to also educate you into what is your real power. If we knew our real power, that is energetic, emotional, feminine in nature, because we've been without the feminine, we are desiccated, we are dry, we are done. We need the feminine. So if you want to come over and watch me, I'm live right now. I'm actually recording this while I'm live, which is really interesting. Okie dokie, here we go. Thanks very much. Bye bye. All right, so there we go. Let me get this posted. I'm just going to put join me live now. How cool is that? Okay, because what we're doing here is we are we're working on both sides. What the hell? Oh my God, TikTok's so freaking loud. Okay, we're working on both sides of the spectrum here. We are in the great evolution. We're also in the great revolution. This is not what you would generally call a comfortable time, right? By the way, whoever you are, why you're calling yourself Elon, I don't understand you, but hey. Okay, I'd call him Phelon, so we might be at odds here. And just saying, this is where I stand, this is who I am. I am all about inclusivity, about personal growth, about coming from a place in life where I know that we are all one and there is a practical and grounded way to access this along with the spiritual. Now, I've had an incredible journey in my life and I'm still on that incredible journey. And you can tell that I'm not 25. And I think it takes not being 25 to really get that. There is both the grounded and the feminine, which is the intuitive, the inspirational, the emotional, um, things like this. It's really important that we understand we have the power to overcome not only what's happening today, but our own perceived shortcomings and the idea that we are limited. We're not limited. We're not limited in any way. We are literally limitless. Now, when you are somebody who's into personal growth and you're somebody who's looking at what's happening in the world and you're going, what the hell is going on? And what can I do? I'm just one person. I want you to understand at least one thing. Your energy, my energy, and our collective energy is what creates the shit that we're seeing in the world. Now, that doesn't mean we have to sit here and go, I'm a terrible person. No, you're not. No, you're not. But what we've been doing as a collective is being unconscious, and we've not been privy to how we can actually use our power to change things. Okay. By the way, share this live if you would. If you're liking what I'm talking about, please share it. Invite your friends. Let's build a community of people whose lives are built on caring and compassion and passion and vision. Let's do it. We need, the reason I started this channel very, very recently is because what's happening in this country is just a freaking nightmare. It's so awful. Um, it is absolutely devoid of any humanness, and it's because we are going through this evolution where we're going away uh, from the from the old white man oligarchy, sexist. Women are just sexual playthings and birth factories bullshit, and social programming, and we are coming into a place of real opportunity for us to be sovereign, for us to be sovereign about who we are and what we want to build in our lives. We, as a collective, don't seem to yet understand some things that are obvious when you see them and not obvious before you do. Um, Here's an obvious one. There are more of us than there are of them. Obvious, right? So you've got people in Washington who, if you laid in front of them dying, they would step over you. That's the bald truth. They'd step the hell over you. And they'd probably be like, ooh, get this trash out of my way at the same time. So that's not the world we want to live in. And yes, we have the physical, we can go out, we can demonstrate, we can make phone calls, we can show up at town hall meetings, we can talk to each other, we can start breaking down the boundaries of this, boundaries of consciousness. Consciousness. We can say, holy crap, you didn't understand this? Let me explain it to you. Because then you're gonna change. Yeah. All right. So that's the physical aspect of what we can do. What about the vibrational? What about the energetic? What about that? And I've lost all my viewers. That's great. You guys just don't give a shit. Okay, good. I'm just too impassioned today. I mean, I'm just feeling like, good God, good golly, I've actually got to do something. So how do we do this thing? All right. Well, here we go. Probably I shouldn't have gone live. I'm just feeling a whole lot too, like, freaked out. Passion. It's more like passionate. And I'm too warm. It's gotten to be summer here, y'all, and my landlord hasn't put in my AC yet. So, uh-oh. Okay, so let's draw a card. Let me draw a card for you. Shit. I had these people in here and I didn't even draw a card for you. I'm sorry. I apologize. Okay. Okay. I gotta calm down. I just gotta calm down. See, I went to this, no, it's 11/11. Cool numbers. I went to a demonstration yesterday in front of a Tesla building, a Tesla showroom they're building. Really? Really? I don't get it. And I don't get it because the what do you call it? Sorry, the The thing's tanking, okay? It's just tanking. Nobody likes Elon anymore. So I don't know why they're building this thing. But we were all out there, like 100 of us in Cincinnati. It's pretty awesome. And it got me too, like, worked up. And so I just want to say, getting really worked up can be a rescuing thing because it can get you out of a sense of hopelessness and helplessness and into action. That's cool. That's totally cool. That's a good thing. Because as a human community, there's been a whole lot of helplessness and hopelessness in giving our power to the people we elected and then not being able to rely on them. And then we're still stuck in hopelessness. So we have to get into our power. Okay. So let me pull an oracle card for us. See if anybody joins us. That would be nice. But not somebody who calls themselves Elon Musk. Yeesh. Really? No. Okay. Earth angel, please be mine. My voice has gone in the last 24 hours. Earth angel. Yeah, I can't even remember the tune. But Earth angel. See, what this makes me flash on is we are all Earth angels. This is stuff that's been said for so freaking long. This has been said forever. Right? And the thing is that we feel defeated often because we say, well, geez, I don't feel very angelic. I don't feel like I'm getting the spiritual uplift. I don't get how this is true, that we're all one, and like instead we're all fractured. And I understand. I get it. I get it. So the question with being an earth angel, if you will, because I'm not a religious person. I was born, wow, we're in a period where I'm afraid to actually say it. That's pathetic. I was born Jewish. And we were never extremely religious at all. But I'm a social Jew, and what that means is I question everything. That's why my company is called the Goodbye Good Girl Project. Because if you want to obey all of the rules, all of the social programming, and all of the systemic stuff that we've lived in and grown up in and been indoctrinated into, not that people were standing behind the scenes necessarily, I don't know, but not that people were standing there going, we want you to feel terrible, but just the lessons we've learned have been extremely limiting, and we need something different. We need to claim our sovereignty, and we need to become the kinds of people who understand in a very practical and experiential way what our power is, where our power is, and how to access it and use it with great wisdom and proactivity and compassion. Did I already say wisdom? I think I might have already said wisdom. So I have to pull another card. Where do you want me to pull the card from? The middle? Okay, middle it is. All right, here we go. Yep. Inner power. Okay. That's where we have to go for the places we haven't been yet. That is where we have to go, is inside. What the hell does that mean? I love defining my terms because we do not know. What the hell? We've heard all the spiritual isms, we've heard all the religious isms, and then we're still sitting here going, making up stuff. Oh, that crappy thing happened to me. God meant for me to. I just don't subscribe to this at all because it's not been my experience. And also because it's not what gives me a lift. It's not what gives me a sense of real personal growth and expansion and elevation and evolution. And I want freedom. I want to be 100% authentically me. I want you to be 100% authentically you. God dang it. Manny! There was somebody named Manny in here. I was going to draw a card for them, but they gone. Okay. Bye, Manny. Bye. So, what's going on in our world is, oh, excuse me. It really can pull you way down, and I get that. And you saw my energy at the start of this. Manic, angry. I apologize. I truly do. That was self-indulgent. And I will make it my intention not to do that in the future. So let's talk about energy. Let's talk about, I want to try something. Here's the thing. I've been watching YouTube videos of people who are psychics, tarot readers, who are into religion. No, they're not. Politics. And who are looking at what's coming and who are looking at what is happening with the dweebs who are part of Signal Gate, the people who are hurting so many of us. And, oh, card came out. So, yeah, we've got a lot of this going on, right? We've got a lot of people who are stealing things, walking away with things, and going, yeah, no, one me. One me. This is classic gaslighting. I didn't understand gaslighting for a long time in my life. And then I finally did. And then I raised my energy. And this is something you can do through your emotional set point. By the way, okay, wait, let me not get distracted. And now we're seeing it 100% coming out of Washington multiple times a day. Hi, I'm going to take away your benefits, veterans. I didn't do that. No, I didn't take away I didn't take away those. No, look at this other thing. So it's like the Signal Gate thing is perfect. We go, what the hell, man? You weren't supposed to be like sending frickin' fire emojis and doing all that crap like your 10-year-olds on a chat on Facebook. Like, come on. You're supposed to have more smarts and gravitas and intelligence and wisdom and care for us, but you don't care, do you? And so they go, well, you should be talking about Hillary. What the hell are you talking about? That is like 10 years and more ago, number one. Number two, that's got nothing to do with your behavior. So anyway, but this is perfect gaslighting. Hey, Caesar, I want to pull a card for you in case you're interested in that. I want to pull an oracle card for you. And I will read from the book for you so you get the whole experience. All right? All right, here we go. All right, well, the card, beautiful card, foundations. Look at that heart energy. Yes, thank you. Look, and that is where our foundation lies. Let me take a look and see what the book, oh, you've left. You don't care. It's okay, I care. I want to know. All right, foundations. I'm safe to feel and experience all of life. I bet you're not feeling that right now. See, what's happening here for me is I am trying very, very much to synthesize everything that I am, everything I've gone out and deliberately and gone in and deliberately learned, so that we can be settled and walk into what we're a part of right now. We can walk into it and we can make it happen. We can make the better happen. Okay, so I'm going to try something here since nobody's here anyway. I'm just saying, when you start a channel, it's in a community, you just do what you do and you let your energy go out there and do something. And after I do this, I am going to go eat and then I'm going to go swimming because I need to get some of this energy flowing in a more positive direction. Yeah, really do. Really do. All right. So please, Spirit, tell us, is Signal Gate over? So I got the Hermit card just popped out before I was even done with asking the question. And there's still more to come. There's still more to come. There's stuff that's being held within, and I don't think that means by the people who were part of Signal Gate. I think that means the people who hold more information. Now, tell us, Spirit, how do we keep our energy up? What can we do to not only employ our physical ability to go out and demonstrate and speak up and do all of those things, but also deal with all of this with the magic of our superpower that most of us don't even know we have, which is our emotional set points. We want this one. Oh, we have to change. We have to transform. Sorry. We have to change. Oh my God, I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. Golly. The death card is not about dying unless it's in combination with other cards, and that this is not the case. This is the death card is a card of transformation. This is our time of evolution, human evolution. So I hope some of the people out there who are into this, who are understanding that we need our sovereignty and that we need our evolution, are into this and are going to come and going to support me in this. So what do we need? We know we need to change. It's kind of a broad message, Spirit. Can we have a little something that's, a little more, a little cooler than that? Hey, if you want to have a card pulled for you, like an oracle card or a tarot card, let me know. Put it in the chat. I will do it. Right now, I'm talking to you about how we have two kinds of empowerment. And one kind of empowerment is so little understood and practiced. And I came to it through a real rough part of my life. Only 2.5 years ago, when I was in my nearly 40th year, 40th year of clinical depression and anxiety. And I cured myself of clinical depression and anxiety. And I didn't just go, hey, it's done. No, it was through a real alchemy, a real synthesis of things that we have access to. And they are feminine things, emotion, clearing the mental pathways, like unkinking the hose, allowing myself to sense and taking in information that is not the known. Now, if you've ever watched the channel being called Bashar, you will have heard what I'm about to say. But I found this enlightening, and I only heard it 4 months ago. Seriously, if you want me to pull a card for you, if you want me to pull you either a tarot card or an oracle card, let me know. I'll pull a card for you. Okay. So what Bashar said is, and I found this to be such a beautiful thing because it expanded my identity. I became not the person who goes, well, I'm only human. I became the person who knows, like experientially knows that I'm connected to all that is. And all of us can do this. Okay? All of us can do this. So, how do we do it? understand, first of all, that you are limitless. Even in the midst of this crap that is going on in our country, you are limitless. I'm not a religious person, but I respect anything that brings you to greater freedom and greater authenticity. I am quite certain, and it's experiential, not just philosophical, but experiential. I know that we do not. Wow, I keep yawning. I must be channeling so much energy here. Um, we're not just human. Um, that we're actually moving from what's called 3D reality to 5D reality. And what that means in our lovely layman's terms, as far as I know it, as far as I've taken it in, is we go from I'm only human to, excuse me, to I am all that is. I'm one with all that is. I am one with the great energy that is. The energy is what has created me, and it's all that I am. It's everything I am. Now, that's great. But what do we do about what's happening in the world? Well, let me give you a personal example here. I have a friend. She used to be a friend. She used to be a better friend, deeper friend. And I, before 45 got into office and made it a dictatorship, um, which a lot of us saw and a lot of us didn't. I was freaking out, and I wrote to her on Facebook private message, and we were talking, and I was freaking, and she just kept saying, well, we've all got our problems. She would not respond to my panic. She would not say to me, my God, this is terrible. I'm so sorry that you're scared. And what are you going to, there was nothing of that. Nothing of that. And that was a friend. That was a friend. I know this has happened a lot with people throughout the country. And so I just kept saying, do you not understand that this guy is like Hitler? Do you not get it? And she was like, well, we all have our problems. And it was such a total mismatch. And so I realized that what I have to do now, what I did then was I distanced myself. I just said, okay, we're not on the same page at all here. I'm gonna have to distance myself. And so I did. And she was part of a networking group that I started briefly, and yada yada yada. But we're back in touch now. And part of the thing that I have to do now is I have to be brave, and I have to say to her, we have to talk about what happened. And I have to understand where you're coming from, because if we are totally separate in this way, then we have to go apart. Because in this time of where people are being grabbed off the street and where all of this terrible energy is going on, and I am very much aware that my energy, when I keep my nervous system in alignment, and I am not only calm but impassioned from joy and vision, not from anger, I'm part of shifting us from this crap reality into a better reality. This is the bridge we're being invited to cross. And so I'm part of that invitation to you. Let's cross it. Let's understand what our power is, where it is, and how to use it. And let's use it. And I am not talking about storming castles, and I'm not talking about going out and being stupid and being mean to people, but we've got to stand in our truths now, y'all. And we've got to be flexible about which truths we stand in. We've got to know which truths are important, the truths of compassion and solidarity and inclusion. And we've got to also understand that when it comes to like the FAFO stuff, like fart around and find out, we told you this was going to be crap. How does that freaking help? I understand the impulse. Boy, yeah, I do. But does that help us? if we're going to cross this bridge from this 3D reality to the 5D reality, from the let's just hate each other and let's be governed by a bunch of plutocrats, oligarchs, psychopaths, to we have the power, we the people have the power. We have to understand that we the people means we all the people. It doesn't mean every single person. It doesn't mean you have to get along with every single person. No, it does not. But what kind of energy do you want to use to build this world? Do you want to be part of an exploration of energies that move into possibilities and more light? Or do you want to be part of the energies only, because I'm part of this energy too, or do you want to be part only of the energies that get out and demonstrate and do what we've got to do on the physical front? I want both. The difference for me is that I want them from a place within me of being synthesized, of knowing that I'm both, of knowing that it's that in this world but not of it thing. I know that's not easy, but honestly, I have found from experience, from healing myself of depression after 4 decades, of shifting so many things over the last 2.5 years, that I am no longer the same person I was. I am so much calmer. I am so much more hopeful. I am so much more excited about what is coming in our future. I'm still disgusted by what's happening in our present. So we have to stand up, but we can't forget who we are. We can't forget that we are made of star stuff. We can't forget. And we have to actively activate our ability to come together with others who are like-minded, in the positive, in the compassionate, in the intuitive, in the proactive, in the claiming of our own sovereignty, in building a world that is the polar opposite of this one. And it's what we're being invited to do. You have to decide. You have to decide, right? Now, that sounds a little stark even to my own ears, but I'm not saying you have to decide and you have to flip a switch in this minute. This comes from a deep, passionate place within you. This comes from within you, where you say, who do I want to be? I mean, depending on your age and your emotional makeup, you got some years to go. How do you want to live them? Do you want to live them bitter and angry? Or do you want to use any bitterness and any anger that you have to as a springboard into seeing things differently and really bringing your own awareness, your own intentionality, your own sovereignty, your own inclusion of your emotional set points, because that's where the energy comes from that collectively builds our own lives and the world that we do together. Who do you want to be? How do you want to live? That's the question. That's the big question. And if you feel frustrated when you hear that, if you go, well, I know who I want to be, and I've been trying, and oh my God, the world's still crap. What's happening? It's getting worse and worse. I understand. You have to start. Here's something to start doing. Stop believing in your own excuses. So if you have a belief, a high belief, I don't care if it's spiritual, personal, religious, I don't care what it is. You have a high belief. Let me see, what would be a good one? Anybody got a good one? Anybody got a good belief? Like some high belief, like we are all one, or God loves you, or you are limitless. If you have a high belief of some kind, and yet you have all of these excuses that you give to yourself. We all do this, so don't feel like I'm trying to shoot on you. I'm not. I'm trying to give you a different way of looking at how to march into this, how to ease into this, how to birth yourself into this new way of being. If you're saying to yourself, okay, so I say that God loves me, I know that God loves me, um, and then you stub your toe and you go, God, why do you hate me? Why do you make me do? And then like you come up with all kinds of things. Oh, I'm sorry, God. You know, what you've got there are a bunch of different messages. And none of them are lifting you. None of them are really lifting you. What you're looking for is a message for yourself, an experiential understanding for yourself of such clarity that you can walk into your life going, I understand what I'm doing, why I'm doing it, who I am. And you start to literally shift. Where did I put that card? It went back in the deck. Like that death card from the tarot, which is not about death. Again, it's not about death. It's about we've got to transform. We have to change. This is the great evolutionary time that we're in. We can't expect to do things, to do business as usual. And so that's what I'm attempting to build here is a community of people who go, I'd like to look at things differently. I would like to open to all that I am, not only the abilities, the confidence, the proactivity, the things that I want to accomplish in this life, the person I want to be in this life, but also I want to open to all of me. I'm not only human, I'm also spirit. I'm also energy. If you don't like spirit or religion or all that, don't forget energy. We're all made of energy. So I want to build this community of people who that's what they want. They want to understand experientially in changing their lives. And as a result, together changing the trajectory, because we will become a bigger and bigger mix in this energetic world that is right now horrific. And also understanding that our energy, even in small groups, is so much stronger than the dark, so much stronger than the negativity. I am telling you. Think about what was it called? Oh, come on. The wall that separated East and West Berlin. You know what it is. And it came down like after lifetimes of people dying to cross from East to West Germany. It suddenly just one day came down. Suddenly there were pictures around the world of students sitting on the top of the Berlin Wall. There it is. It's the Berlin Wall. With, pickaxes and stuff and like taking pieces of the wall. It was done. It was just done after all that time. So this is the incredible power of lighter energy than sitting around going, woe is me, or I'm powerless, or I'm hopeless. And we've learned to think the hopeless thing. And I don't want to just inspire you. I want to help you have the experience of your own power. So the question is, who's in? Who's in? Who wants to build a community with me right here of people who are going to support each other in getting through what we're going through in the US? Who wants to join me in understanding the energetic, vibrational, spiritual power on a practical level so that we start shifting now? Start shifting. Who wants that? I'm already doing it. So you can join me. You can learn about the power that actually hides in plain sight with your emotions. Emotions are a feminine thing that's been shamed and put down and misused and all kinds of crap. So has intuition, inspiration, creativity. So we need these are what have incredible power. Who's ready? Who wants to join? Who wants to learn a little bit at a time how phenomenal we really are and that you really are. All right, let me pull or have fall out of the tarot deck a few cards just because that seems like a fun thing to do. To add, oh, here's one. Yeah, baby. Wands are fire energy. And this is who we are and who we also need to be. It's a paradox, right? It's a paradox. What do you mean? What do you mean I'm this, but I need to become this? That's the paradox of spirit, of our energetic being. I'm not going to go too far out on this because I'll lose you. I might just lose everybody, but that's okay. I mean, I'm just going to say, queens look back at what has gone on and they synthesize. It's like a mom. The mom looks back over what you've been through as a kid and says, let me look at who you've been, what you've done, what you've learned, what you need to learn, and let me take a look and see what would be really good to do next. And one of the things I'm telling you that she's going to tell you is if you've been trying the same thing over and over again and you expect different results, that's the definition of insanity. I didn't make that up. That's a very famous phrase, and it's true. So here we are with Mama the Queen of Wands going, hey, don't keep doing the same stuff over and over again if you want to change your own personal trajectory as well as impacting the trajectory of this country. She's going, we got to get a move on. The wands are fire. We got to get a move on. She wants you to get a move on. Okay, Spirit, what kind of move on does she want us to make? What kind of move on? Well, these two cards came out. And this one is really about sort of saving your money, hoarding your money, putting it somewhere where you're going to be safe, okay? Where it's going to be safe. She wants us to prepare, okay? She wants us to be ready. Pentacles are like real life. It's like, what are you doing to build security? King of Pentacles, we need to find some place in our, not just in our world, but we have to find new alternatives to building our lives in ways that are going to help us weather the storm. The storm will end. It will end. Evil is too heavy to support its own weight forever. And we are in an age of Aquarius. What do I care about that? Well, the age of Aquarius, apparently, because I've learned just, a thimbleful about astrology, and I learn a thimble more each day. So watch out. Someday I'll have a whole cup. But Aquarius is very, very fast-moving energy. It has to do with creativity and new things, innovation. And when it comes in with the kind of speed, I mean, you've seen what's going on, and it's not even the first 100 days of this regime. When it comes in with this kind of energy, it makes the old leave. So for us, this looks horrifying. And that means we can't just focus on the old. We've got to start building what we want to becoming. That's what we got to do. So, please remember, you are not only human. In your humanness, you are limitlessness. You are all strength. If you're not feeling it, Honey, I understand. Been there, done that, did it. Did it for almost 40 years. Believed I was limited, that I was only one person, that I couldn't get out of my own depression. I couldn't get out of my own anxiety. I tried really hard with my physical being. I tried so hard to change my life. I didn't have access to the feminine. I didn't have access to the active feminine, to the ability to master the shifting of my emotional set points so that my boat could start to go in slightly different directions. This is what we need to learn, that the real set point of our power is our emotional set point, and that we get to shifting this by just 1%. And that 1% is actually because it is based in the feminine, which is the light, which is the spiritual, which is 10,000 times stronger than the dark. That 1% is going to take us over here. Whereas physically, if we're like efforting, are we getting there? Where are we going? Where are we going? Well, we're beating the heck out of ourselves. So this is what I want to teach you. I just want to know who's in. I will do a whole series on this for those people among you who reach out to me and say, I want to learn more about my limitlessness. I want to learn more about how to shift what's going on in my life. I want to learn more about how I can bring even my spiritual and energetic and vibrational power to shifting what's going on in our country. I want to be a part of building a better life for myself. I want to be a part of building a better communal, community-based United States of America. And I want to tell truth. I want to tell the truth to myself. I want to tell truth to friends. I want to tell truth to power. I want to be wise. I want to be smart. I want to care for myself. I want to be part of growing what comes next. Let me know. Let me know. All right. So at the Goodbye Good Girl Project, which is the name of my company, what we say in parting is love and moxie. Moxie is an old word of the 50s, and it means courage and badassery. So I'm wishing you love and moxie, and I want you to come over to my YouTube channel, and I want you to subscribe. It doesn't cost anything, and it helps my stats, which is really awesome of you to do that if you do that. Okay, next time you show up, if you show up next time, drop me a note. Tell me what you're thinking. Tell me what you're doing with your spirituality, with your power these days. How are you standing up? How are you becoming more proactive? How you are, if you're thinking about claiming your sovereignty. And we'll talk next time. Okay? Lots of love.